What's up, guys? It's Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down 3 of the most creative routes, kind of on the more advanced side that you guys can learn. So we're going to be talking about a squirrel route, a Dino route, and then a jerk route. So if you guys aren't familiar with those 3 routes, this is going to be a great video for you guys to just get some insight on some great routes that you may have to run when you get to that next level, or maybe at your high school program, okay? So first route we're looking at here is from Tyreek Hill. Now, they do this a lot, so it's called a squirrel route. So they like to run a lot of speed outs. They like to run a lot of out and ups, especially with Tyreek. And then a squirrel route is where you would go out, up, and then break it back off onto a comeback. Now, I've seen other offenses do an out. They'll go out, up, and then right back to the out. But essentially, it's like kind of a 3-step break. Now, what the Chiefs will do in this specific case is that they'll kind of like stack the box. So they'll go like double tight ends. They'll have 7, maybe 8 guys, max protection blocking for Patrick Mahomes. So he has time to let this route develop because obviously it is a longer developing route. So it's play at full speed. So Hill does a great job of selling the out with his eyes, pushing back up vertical, and then snapping this thing right off. Now, this is all scheme and all deception from the wide receiver, right? So maybe a couple times in the game, we've ran an out and up, and we've got the DB, especially Tyreek Hill. He's always a threat downfield vertical. So we have to make the routes look the same as a wide receiver, right? So when I break to this out route, it's super important that I don't get lazy with it. You see a lot of wide receivers when they do these kind of triple move, double move routes, they take the first move for granted. They don't make it look the same. And that's just an indicator to this DB because DBs, they rely on film study. They're trying to figure out any little detail that we do that might give away our route. That's why playing DB is such a hard position because they're playing a guessing game, right? And they think that they're ahead of the game by studying film. But as a wide receiver, if I can constantly emphasize the details, making my routes look the same, they have no way of preparing, right? And so it's all just comes down to executing that. So when he breaks to this out again, snapping the eyes around, he's got speed to the out route. He's committing his hips and his shoulders to the out route, and he breaks back up vertical suddenly. That speed that he keeps right there is what alerts this DB. It makes him think, oh man, I don't want to get beat over the top. I don't want to get beat on the out and up. And then that can open up the window for us to snap down, drop my hips, and then be able to accelerate back to this ball. Now, the common critique that everybody says, and I wanted to show a live, full padded 11-on-11 example of this is, hey, the play takes too long. But like I said, this is not going to be a route that you will use against cover 0 out of 2x2. This is going to be a route where, like, let's say this is the center, this is the quarterback, we got 2 linemen here, and then we bring a tight end in, and maybe we bring another tight end in, and then we have my running back here, and we have 8 guys blocking for me. Tight end blocks, left tackle, left guard, center, right guard, right tackle, tight end, and the running back blocks. So we have max protection. So they can blitz whoever they want to blitz. The quarterback still has time to be able to hit this route, and we're trying to set up off the out and up. And then maybe we run this a couple times, and that DB starts to crash on the out and up, or starts to sit on maybe the squirrel route, come up a little bit closer, and we take him on just the regular out and up. So it's all about scheme, but as a wide receiver, I have to make sure that my routes look the exact same. So let's play this thing again, full speed, and then we'll get into a Dino route, okay? Great job by Hill making the routes look the same and letting those hips change direction for him at the top of the route. So a Dino route, that is going to be a post, corner, and then post. So how do you actually sell that route? Now, before I get into this Dino route, fellas, I want to talk to you about a great opportunity this offseason that we are offering. We are coming out to 6 more states across the United States for 2-day-long quarterback and wide receiver training camp. So we've already been to Tampa, Florida, Phoenix, Arizona, Houston, Texas, and Newark, New Jersey, fellas, and we appreciate everybody who attended those camps. And now we're going to be coming out to Atlanta, Georgia next, Columbus, Ohio, Chicago, Illinois, Dallas, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee, and Los Angeles, California. So if you guys are local to one of those 6 cities and would like to get some work in with us for 2 whole days, check out that very first link in the description below, fellas. You get a chance to work with myself, my staff of coaches that I bring out to every single camp. Now, it's a 2-day camp. It is 4 hours each day, so it is a ton of work. It is a ton of training. You guys are getting a ton of reps simply because we are limiting spots to only 10 to 12 guys per position group. So it's a lot of one-on-one work, fellas, a lot of coaching, a lot of actual teaching. It's not a camp where we just run guys through drills. You're going to learn things, you're going to improve your skills, and we'll also have DBs out there for wide receivers to work one-on-one situations, routes versus air, things of that nature. So check out that very first link below, fellas, if you're interested in one of our off-season camps. We would absolutely love to have you out to one of them. Let's get back to this video. So now, like I said, post, corner, post. So another like kind of triple move situation, if you will, right? So we're going to be running post, back to the corner, back to the post. So it's very important that on this route, all 3 of these breaks, and again, we got to know the right situation to use this too, fellas, offensively, right? So it's got to be 3 steps to the post, 3 steps to the corner, back to the post. So let's play at full speed. So when we break to the post here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then back over the middle. And you see what that does to that DB. Now, it's very important, again, when you guys are doing a double move like a post corner, right? So like I'm just doing a regular post corner. That first initial post break has to look exactly like a post route, okay? So, and again, that is very basic advice. That is very simple advice, but a lot of guys do not do that. A lot of guys think that, oh, just because I run to the post, I'm going to get the DB to bite. DBs work on double moves just like how wide receivers work on double moves, fellas. They're looking for any kind of indicator, any kind of giveaway that's going to tell them that you're running a double move, right? So when we break to that post, what Rieger does a great job of here is snapping the eyes. He keeps speed into the post. He's got full stride. And again, this is the first move of a triple move. So again, it's got to look the same. We can't be lazy with these types of routes. When you guys are doing creative routes, creative things, and you're trying to set something up, it all has to look the same, fellas. It all has to build. So when he breaks to that post, it is full stride. 1, 2, 3. Then when he breaks back to the corner, he's threatening that DB. Now, could he have committed his shoulders a little bit more to the corner? Absolutely. 100% could have. He kind of drifted upfield here. But again, he's still taking 3 steps. He still has speed to the corner. But I think he might have rushed it a little bit to get out of the route fast because this is a longer developing move. But again, we could take our time because you see when he breaks back to the post here, that ball's very late. That's probably because the timing of the play was a little bit off because he rushed the corner break. We have time on this. This play, anytime you guys run a longer developing route, the play is designed to give you time to work this. Maybe the quarterback's doing play action. Maybe the quarterback is coming back to you later on a third read, or maybe he's low-highing it. So you got to make sure that we work the route. The route is designed to be sold, and how we sell that is by fully committing my shoulders, fully committing my stride. So a Dino route, fellas, is a post corner post. It's here, 1, 2, 3 to the post, 1, 2, 3 to the corner, and then back right out to that post, trying to flip that DB's hips on that post corner route. Just like the squirrel route, fellas, this builds off of a team who likes to run a lot of post corners, a lot of post outs, trying to make everything look the exact same to get that DB guessing and to get separation from that DB. Let's watch it again, full speed. And again, fellas, this is probably not, again, I know we got 2 receivers out here. It's probably not like an empty set, cover 0. Like this is probably the quarterback's not getting a ton of pressure, or they have max protection and they're daring them to bring pressure because they'll have it blocked up. Let's watch the thing again, full speed one more time. Great job selling the first move. I think the second move, we could have sold it a little bit more, not rush it, so the ball is out on time and the timing of the play is correct. All right, so now, last route we're going to be looking at here is called a jerk route. So if you aren't familiar with that, it kind of builds off of a whip route. Okay, so this is a great route to use in one-on-ones. You know, anytime that you have like kind of a, like I like this, like me personally, like if I was coaching up a running back or maybe a slot receiver and you're in an offense and you have a lot of like choice routes where you could go inside or you could go outside, this is a route that I would recommend, you know, just because I feel like this is a good thing to get separation because as a DB, it's very hard to guard this type of thing. So what you are doing is you're essentially snapping this off, trying to sell like you're running a whip route, and you're doing one hard cut back to the outside to get him to jump on the whip, and you come back inside. So essentially it's up here, break point, jab, back to the inside. That's how it should look, but we have to make sure that I'm doing these key things. So we're keying in on this slot receiver here to the left. So he's running the route, snaps it off, head fake outside, and you see what that does to the DB and gets him plenty of separation. So let's talk about it, right? We have to make everything about this look like a whip route. So you could do this off of like a 3-step stem, or you could just go right there right now. Kind of depends on what you're trying to sell in your offense. So if you're an offense that, and again, your coaches should tell you this, but I want to just mention this. Let's say you're an offense who likes to run a lot of mesh, which is like where we have the 2 slot receivers kind of go just do drags. One's maybe at 5, one's at 6 yards, and they break this mesh point, and we're trying to hit one of these guys. When you run this type of route, you probably want to make it look like a drag. Now, if you're a team that likes to run a lot of like double slants, for example, you probably want to make the jerk route look more like a slant. Your coach should tell you that, but I just want to make sure that you guys know that that's the reason why behind it, right? So when he breaks into this route, when he snaps down, we want to make everything about this look like a whip route. So you're snapping on the inside leg. You're trying to hook your outside leg around. It's very important on a jerk route that you get your hips and you get your shoulders parallel to that line of scrimmage because it's got to look just like a whip. Like I said, we can't be lazy with it because you see a lot of receivers do this route. They'll chop their feet and they just give a weak cut to the outside. They don't actually sell the whip. How we sell the whip is by going fast, trying to cross the DB's face, alert him, be violent with the hips, get your hips and your shoulders committed, and then just put the brakes on. Snap, pivot, hook, drive. And when you do that little head and shoulder fake to the outside and your hips and your shoulders are committed, that DB has no choice but to believe that it's a whip route. A DB does not want to get beat on a slant. nor does he want to get beat on a whip. So if we can make the both look the same when I have to run this jerk route, that will get me a ton of separation and get that DB to completely bite on the whip. So that is a very creative route that you guys can run, especially when you're like running a lot of choice routes, a lot of option routes that you guys can do. Let's watch the thing again, full speed one more time. Great job by this slot, snapping those hips off, being violent, giving that head fake to the outside, and buying some time for that quarterback to make a play. And again, fellas, something that this route right here, again, some people might say that, hey, that might take a little bit too long, but look what the quarterback's doing. This is like maybe a check down. This is like, okay, this was not open to the right side of the field, so I'm going to come back down to my check down. And you see how he's off platform. He's buying time with his feet, so you have time to work this. Your jerk route usually isn't maybe a first read unless maybe we're in the goal line. Usually it's something like, okay, we're high-lowing something, not there, not there. Okay, I'm going to come back down to this, and it's our job to get separation so that check down window is open. Let's watch it again, full speed one more time. Great job selling the whip route, dropping his hips, head fake to the outside, and then getting that ball from the quarterback getting it to his playmaker. All right, fellas, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions at all, don't hesitate to leave those in the comment section below. We always appreciate the feedback, you guys, and it's always awesome to hear from you guys, any questions that you have. We'd love to help out. We love answering them, and we read all the comments, you guys, so anything that you guys have, any kind of feedback is always much appreciated. And again, fellas, if you'd like to come out to 6 of our off-season camps in Atlanta, Columbus, Chicago, Dallas, Nashville, and Los Angeles for 2 whole days, 4 hours each day, get a chance to train with myself and my staff of coaches, check out that very first link in the description below. I'll see you guys next time.